Igbeti community is also nicknamed Onileoye, the land of winter, derived from its endless cold weather. In the afternoon, when the sun is at its peak, the weather is cool, and it becomes cooler during the winter period because of the marble deposits in the land. The town is called Marble City because almost all its land is rich in marbles. The distribution is so vast that residents see marbles as ordinary stones and may not have attached so much value to it because it remains largely untapped or even developed to a height where it becomes a source of wealth for the community.
Formerly, many people will rely on marble when the marble is seriously mining. But today, our mothers rely on lafu making, that is cassava. The lafu is producing from cassava. So as you see anywhere, but in Igbeti now, every nook and corner, we seize advantage of having rock. Why the lafu can be spread and dry. That's why you see our mothers mostly rely on making cassava powder.
There has been pedestal attempts in the past by a man simply referred to as Chief Ashamu to extract for production the stones of wealth here in Igbeti. That, however, was truncated following a misunderstanding between him and the government. Both the community and the state government allegedly sued Ashamu over the ownership of land. In the end, Ashamu left and the business that made the town visible in the world of marble collapsed. The company that once employed close to 2,000 people now lies in ruins. The consequences of having gold mine resource and not developing it are grave. The community is yet to be a replica of an area blessed with natural and mineral resources.
Over the years, we have decried the neglect in this area. You have seen yourself, so it's not a matter of somebody just giving an interview and saying, oh, Nigeria is well endowed. You have just gone to maybe about 5% of the endowment in carbonates that you have in Nigeria. And you have seen the neglect that it can even happen when you have a deposit that has been neglected over the years. Now, we have always said it, especially to the state governments, that they need to be creative. These are materials begging to be tapped for the sustainable development of the society, for creation of wealth, even for creation of riches and revenue for the government. You see, maybe a company went there and got the license, absolutely no problem. But let me tell you something, the state government can leverage. There is nothing wrong in forming a joint venture arrangement with such a company that is involved in getting the minor lease. And you have some arrangements in which a part of the revenue gets to you. Part of the revenue gets to the local government. Part of the revenue gets to the town. You develop the infrastructure in that town. Every mining area should, as a matter of fact, lead to infrastructure development of that area. If you look at the cost it takes to transport the marble you saw to Lagos, because the market is Lagos, or even outside Igbeti, even if it's for the normal feeds that people have to use it for, they have to transport it to the different feed mills and all that. You can see the state of the roads. You can see that the people themselves who are around that place themselves don't seem to enjoy the wealth. And that is why we're saying the mineral resources development can lead to a holistic development of a nation. We are talking about not less than 5,000 areas in this country where you have seen what you saw today. Imagine if you have infrastructure development in 5,000 locations in this area. Are we still going to be talking about recession? Are we still going to be talking about infrastructure deficit? Are we still going to be talking about poverty? So these are areas in which even the state governments can begin to look into. People just focusing now on oil alone. We need to diversify. The diversification is not just something that you talk and then it's not a slogan. Neither is it a kind of just a cliche. I mean, it is an activity that you can see. Look at the huge marble deposit, and I call it huge. You have been there yourself. You got only 2 pits, and there are not less than about 15 other pits that could be developed in that area. You have seen the people that are working even in that area. You have seen how their lives could, be improved. For example, if the revenue that are coming from that place are properly utilized by the local government, and it is evenly distributed, and there is a creative way where the people themselves can gain from such an endowment, then you're going to have rapid development in Nigeria. And like I said, that's just one out of 27 areas of marble occurrences in Nigeria that will have market. You could see trailers being loaded, so you could see that the market is also there, even for internal consumption. We're not even talking of exports. Most of the things that you can use marble for, presently maybe they are being imported into the country. So this can be a good source of import substitution and can really conserve our foreign exchange. State governments have said they don't really have any reason to be poor. If they are creative, they don't even need the reason to be, clamoring, let there be a change of law. It's like the law does not hamper them. It does not hamper any state government, it does not disturb any state government from being creative, forming purpose vehicles, what we call useful for purpose vehicles to be able to extract these mineral deposits. And when that is done, they will get revenue, the local people will benefit, there will be infrastructure, and also it can lead to a chain, value chain development. For example, around Igbeti, what I would have expected was that there would have been a value-added industry to reduce the grain sizes coming from the mines. When you reduce the grain sizes, when you screen, it adds value to the cost of just transporting the raw materials in boulders like that to Lagos. You employ more people, you train more people, and at the same time you have more revenue from it. It will even reduce the impact of damage even to road infrastructure. So development of mineral resources, as you can see from just the marble experience, can lead to rapid economic recovery.
Every day, residents wake up to an untapped deposit of marble. Where a few activities are ongoing, it is at an artisanal level and incapable of galvanizing the wealth being described, leaving behind it no meaningful proceeds for the host community while it is taken and sold to other parts of the country for huge amounts. A trailer load, for instance, when sold outside the town, is estimated to cost about 10 million naira.
I believe that if the federal government, the state government can acquire that land, or can take that mining from him, then we brought the expatriate, the white people, then we benefit from it. Because according to Senator Isaac Abiola Ajimabi, the governor of Oyo State, the white people that they brought here, they want to establish a company here. They will use marble here. They will have a company where they will do a lot of things here. Then our people will benefit from it. They will be more employer of our community here.
The Igbeti community, however, see hope in the future that someday government will look in the direction and take action in exploiting in commercial quantity the mineral deposits. Needless to mention the foreign exchange savings and earnings that can be galvanized from the docile stones. Nigeria is blessed. Communities in Nigeria are blessed. But the people who can make it count don't simply see the need. The story of Igbeti marble community in Oyo State gives credence to the word irony, a people blessed with a resource and I dare say in commercial quantity and have not benefited immensely from its exploitation. Perhaps it may be time to tear down laws that inhibit such processes. Thanks for staying tuned. Join us again next week. Bye for now.